Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm proud to present the budget deck that I played to Legend this season, and it is Giveling Spell Token Druid. So this sort of deck seems to be really strong in this Darkmoon Races mini set meta. The new card Arbor Up from the mini set, it's a rare card, 5 mana summon 2/2 treants, give your minions +2/+1. So those treants that are summoned by this are actually 4 minions, and then all of your other minions get a buff too. That has really brought some life to these Token Druid archetypes. I've been playing with Giveling budget decks previously. Those were minion-based decks, but this one is a spell-based deck. And that means that I have to use 2 epic cards in this, because 2 copies of Glowfly Swarm are absolutely mandatory in order to make this kind of archetype work. But other than that, there are no expensive cards in this list. If you want to build a Giveling Druid with no epic cards, then that would have to be a minion-based list. I'm not sure if those are viable yet, but I will try to update my old Giveling list at some point and see how that one goes. But this one was doing really well. I climbed to Legend with this deck. I had 67% win rate over more than 20 games with this one, and yeah, it just was really sweet. The main idea with decks like this is that you try to get white boards built up, and then you try to buff those boards up, and then you have Savage Roar for a finisher, and then you just kill people. So sometimes you do trading, but if trading isn't really beneficial for you, you can also not trade and let the opponent do some trades and see if they can handle that board, because you're always being threatening. If you can buff your minions, if you can Savage Roar, you're always just being really threatening for lethals, and your opponent has to do something about that. So you trade if you think that trading protects more minions on your board than not trading will do. But if it's a trade, and then the opponent would have to do the same trade too, so then you're not really gaining minions on the board by doing the trade, then you just let your opponent sometimes have their stuff and just be threatening. In the gameplay video, I mostly play with a version of this deck that runs Forest Shade. That final card slot, that's really the most difficult slot for this deck to fill. This one now currently includes Soul of the Forest in that slot. Ideally, I would like to have another spell that would generate minions there, but there aren't really any ones that would be good enough, so Soul of the Forest will do for now. Forest Shade proved to be a little bit too slow. The deck is heavily spell-based because Fungal Fortunes will discard any minions that it draws, so you really don't want minions in this deck other than the Giveling itself. Giveling is still fine. But there are plenty of Druid spells, of course, that summon minions, such as Dreamway Guardians. And actually, one of my favorite things about this deck is to play around with Solar Eclipse. Your next spell this turn casts twice. I've used that together with Dreamway Guardians, for example. Solar Eclipse, Dreamway Guardians, 4 minions with lifesteal on the board. I sometimes use that with like Solar Eclipse, Blessing of the Ancients. If you use the first copy of Blessing of the Ancients, then you get 2 copies into your hand because it's a twin spell. So there's just a lot of fun things that you can do. Of course, Solar Eclipse Arbor Up is really sweet, but that takes so much mana that you rarely have enough mana to do that. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're generally looking for Giveling, Glowfly Swarm and Fungal Fortunes. Just ability to get those boards out there. If you have Giveling, then you can think about, okay, what sort of cheap spell package can you keep, and then you can just get Giveling on the board even on turn 1, maybe on turn 2, and spell, and boom, get an instant board. But if you don't have Giveling, then you're really not looking to keep those cheap spells. Glowfly Swarm, if you have some spells in your hand, of course gives you a big board a little bit later in the game, and Fungal Fortunes can draw you some cards, so that will give you even more juice for your Glowfly Swarm. If you're up against some very aggressive decks, then you should also consider keeping Lunar Eclipse and Bees. Lunar Eclipse and Bees are your main answers to other stuff that the opponent can play on the board. Lunar Eclipse also goes great with Giveling. You can do Giveling and Lunar Eclipse and then some other spells because it discounts the next spell that you're going to play. And Bees is also a board generator for you. So you're playing against something like a Rogue and they have lots of 1 health minions, and you Bees a 1 health minion, then you have 3 1/1 minions of your own on the board, so you can immediately start fighting back. So Lunar Eclipse and Bees in those aggressive matchups, and in everything else, and including those aggressive matchups, Giveling, Glowfly Swarm, Fungal Fortunes. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also support the content that I create by joining as a member here on YouTube, or join as a subscriber on Twitch where I live stream Hearthstone. And now, let's go take a look at how to climb to Legend with a budget deck. Do I keep any of that stuff? Maybe I keep the Lunar Eclipse. That's more Lunar Eclipsing. That's That's not exactly what I meant. Will you do it later? I might as well. Oh no. That hunter is coming for my face. Sad times. Lunar eclipse for solar eclipse. For bloom. Doesn't still give me an arbor up. Oh, I think I just need to kill one of those there. I think I have a better line right now. Maybe we could share short Mulligan guide. Kibbeling. Glowfly Swarm. Some removal if you're up against aggro. That's a short Mulligan guide. Going for Legend before the end of the month. Well, I only play budget decks once a week, so probably not. I need 6 wins to get Legend. I don't think I'm getting 6 more instant losses today. Insane guide. I was being truthful. That is the guide. That is the Mulligan. You really, really, really want these cards. What can I say? So I need to do Lunar Eclipse into Solar Eclipse 3 reinforcements, right? To get a pair of 2/2s on this board. And then that will mean that next turn I can bloom the arbor up. I could bloom the arbor up now, but with no minions on the board it's not that great. If I'm able to bloom the arbor up with minions on the board, that would be much better. Or I could try to find something. Trust that I will find something. I think I have to do it like this. I'm not happy about this, but I just don't see another path. Okay. Now's the time to bloom. So I'll bloom. Just for the arbor up, or do I try something else too? I mean, I could Lunar Eclipse the Wolpertinger. I think that's just the arbor up though. And then we hit the hunter in the face. And now the face more. It's unlikely to go face. It actually did go face though. I probably shouldn't even be sad about that. That might be good for me. We'll see. Next turn I have enough mana to Lunar Eclipse and Savage Roar. Which is potentially lethal, depending on what the hunter is able to do here. Let's see. Okay, let's see about this. You better have a misdirection there. Or actually this is only 20. But I have to go in with these, right? 6, 8. Another kill command would be lethal. If there's another kill command, it's lethal. Except when I kill the beast. Then there's not enough mana to play the kill command and hero power. So now the hunter has to handle all of these. I don't think that's going to do it. I just don't think that will. What if there's a misdirection? Well, like that. I thought that was a pretty good game. Maybe I can try with that. Because it could get me like a Glowfly Swarm a turn early. Or something. Rising Winds would be good. Yeah, but I really can't do that for this one. Well, I will try the portal. Who knows? Hi, Simon. Yeah, we're playing some Druid. We'll see how it goes. Oh. Oh. That's an interesting card. Let's get some Gibelings going. This Paladin deck, I mean, there are those Grab Riders. They could answer this with a Grab Rider right now. And kill off the Gibelings. That would be the ideal scenario for the deck. Unlikely to happen, but sometimes. Sometimes it does. But I need tempo at the moment. But I don't want them to play like a Murloc War Eater with Crab Rider. So I'm obviously hoping that they can't find the high abyss, because if they play high abyss and coin on 4, then that will just instantly win the game. But I don't have buffs here, which is a bit of an issue. How much does one Savage Roar deal? I mean, I have 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 10, 16, 18. I have 18 damage. That is not enough to set up for lethal for next turn. If they have the Abyss, that card could be the Abyss, they will just win. Well, they will just win if they have the Abyss. I suppose that is the way it goes. I need to do it like this. So they still need. They could still survive with the Crab Rider. Or with the 4-3 Rush Murloc. Yeah, this wasn't good enough. Oh, they have the Abyss. Well, this is 95% win rate. This deck has 95% win rate with the Abyss coin opener. On the other hand, sometimes lucky. This is that 5% when they don't win with the Abyss coin opener. Alright. Well, that would be a warrior deck then. How much pressure do I need and how early? I think I'll go for the 2-2 on this board. I had the Fungal Fortunes on 3. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we just hit some face. Next turn is Fungal Fortunes, of course. I don't have Soul of the Forest in this deck. This is one of the few matchups where it's actually usable. So I'm probably doing nature studies so that I can do Glowfly Swarm and what? Coining the Pirate? Bombs. Okay. Don't think I mind a few bombs that much. Let's try the nature studies here. I have too many cards I can't draw with Fungal Fortunes yet. That gives me Soul of the Forest. And that is a piece of good news. Now we just need to get to... Can I just wait until I get to 7 mana? No, it has to be 8 mana. I guess I can't wait that long, right?
This area is off limits.
Barricade? Well, that was a big surprise. Getting to 8 mana just doesn't work out. I mean, if I had Lightning Bloom here, then that would be next turn, but I just don't have it. If I play Lunar Eclipse, then I still can't really get rid of those. No, it's just a Glowfly Swarm. Let's just do this. There could be a Blade Storm in that deck, of course. That's possible. That would be the best card right now. But then a Blade Storm is spent afterwards. So I'm still working my way towards this Glowfly Swarm Soul of the Forest play, I believe. Kill one of these here. Now with 8 cards in hand I can play these Fungal Fortunes. Then my hand is full, but I can beast that one down, right? Yes, I can beast that one down now. Alright, so far so good. Warrior might still have an answer even to the Soul of the Forest board. But it's less likely after seeing the first Blade Storm. So this is actually the big warrior. Just a weird version with French Caliber in it. Very strange. Very, very strange indeed. It's not a solar eclipse time. 2 more turns before I get the board. If I play 3 cards, that's okay. I will draw more spells. So I can do Lunar Eclipse there. Follow that up with some bees. Power a little and drop some Greenway Guardians on this board. Perfectly acceptable. Worst case scenario here is if they have Commencement in hand by now. And they could. That would hurt. I mean, I have the option to wait. I have triple Savage Roar. That's 18, 24, that's lethal. Every Savage Roar is 8 damage. Okay. Well then I suppose we just kill the warrior. I was here planning these sweet ways to build all of these wonderful boards that would be so difficult for the warrior to remove. And then we just triple Savage Roar them down. Maybe I can try with the hand like this. This is 10x on NA. You are absolutely right about that, I have to admit. So I have to assume that this is the Ramp Paladin, and they kept 2 cards in there on the coin. And that is bad, because if they, of course, if they have that Allura on coin, then that's 95% to win the game.
You don't pick the ones.
It's Ramp Paladin, alright, that has now been established. Do they have Allura and the coin? 2 cards that were kept are right there. Okay, that's not Allura. That's good. If the other card is Allura, I will lose. There's nothing I can do. That is just the nature of the game. What if it's a Nostormu instead? I can't get overloaded, right? Don't think I can afford to get overloaded. This is not good. Alright, so if that's Nostormo, I'm in a good position. If it's Allura, I will lose. Let's see how it goes. The last one had Allura and the coin, but I won anyway. But this time obviously I can't do it. Yeah, well, that's pretty unlucky. Two of these paladins, both of them having Allura at the start. That's reasonably unlucky. Any outs? 10, 18, 21, 24 damage coming right up. No, well, I need to beast the War Leader and hope that they haven't drawn another one. Basically. But I suppose I'm dead. I mean, the win rate with Allura on the coin is 95%. If you get it in the Mulligan. 95. We beat them the last time they had it, but we couldn't do it this time.
In time, all things are possible.
I just don't see the path. Yeah, I don't think I find an out there. Let's see. No Glowfly Swarm, no Fungal Fortunes. Fine. And Paladin kept 3 cards. That is really, really scary. They can't play Nostormo yet next turn. Or I just need to build a board before they play, or at latest on the turn they play the Nostormo. But if they have they could have Tip the Scales. I could deny this being killed for some time, but I don't think that would be very effective either. I believe what I need to do is I need to Lunar Eclipse that one. And play my Fungal Fortunes here. And try to find cards that allow me to build a board. Now they have the Nostormo, but I need a board for the turn before Nostormo comes. That's going to help me with that, isn't it? What if I bees it? What if I Lunar Eclipse and bees it? I'll have 4 minions on the board. Is 4 minions enough? Can I have more than 4 minions somehow? What if I Lunar Eclipse? No, I can't have more than 4. So this is the Lunar Eclipse. And it is the bees. This is the most minions I can have on this board. There's still 1 card left that the Paladin kept. So they can still play like a Crab Rider here. Alright, 26 damage. Can I deal 26? I have 5 plus 8. That 5 plus 8 is 13 plus 10. I don't have it. Paladin can still succeed, right? So do I just save the Savage Roar? I think I'll just hold back the Savage Roar here and buff the board like this. Right? How can the Paladin clear this board? Even if they have Tip the Scales. They have Lord Barrow! What? They have Lord Barrow in that deck. That is not part of the standard build.
You don't pick the ones.
That Barrow is not part of the standard build. Oh no! What just happened? Okay.
What shall we hunt?
So the Paladin just might have it. Let's see. Lord Barrow is not part of the standard build of that Ramp Paladin deck. I really didn't think they would have an answer. Now if they have dipped the scales, then it depends on how many rush minions they get. Because these ones with Wind Fury can kill 2 minions. We definitely need 2 times Glowfly Swarm. Yes. There are no replacements whatsoever. They should have tipped the scale first. This was wrong. There's 1 minion that they can't kill. There's 1 minion that they can't kill. And that's going to be exact lethal. Got it. Even though they had the Barrow. Maybe I can bloom the Glowfly Swarm. I'm on the coin, I have more cards. Coin Bloom Swarm now for 4 minions. Not good enough. I need to Bloom next turn. Bloom Swarm next turn for 5 or 6 minions, depending on whether I draw the Giveling. So far so good. And bloom the Swarm. And I will have 2 mana next turn, so I can play Power of the Wild. Can there be... This is a Guardian Druid. What if they have some kind of Dreamway Guardians play? Or if they have, they have. I'm going to have to try this. They need the Dreamway Guardians now. Innervate or Bloom the Guardians. That just doesn't do anything. Aren't they just dead now?
We must stop this corruption.
I can see.
They're just dead. Okay. Alright, we made it to Legend, it seems. What's the rank? 2000. I don't know how many Legend players there are on NA at the moment. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.